heart pounding, drenched in sweat,
You got this!
and no excuses. These are the greatest workouts in America.
We as humans are far more capable than we believe.
No matter the odds,
Think about the end result.
get out there and get going.
We're gonna start with 45 minutes.
This is Pumped.
I bring the energy. Back to punches, let's go. Come on. I want everyone to enjoy themselves. Hey. I just want everyone to feel comfortable and feel like they're able to do it.
It's super intense. You don't even know 40 minutes went by.
As soon as the beat drops, let's rock. Consistent energy. So it's Dynamic Fit Moms. It's two of us here. We're called the Dynamic Duo. So we do hip hop cardio. Come on.
It's good to see moms coming together to be able to do, you know, some workout stuff, some getaway stuff.
It's amazing to see her, you know, pull her dreams come true, and for me to be able to be behind the scenes, because I like being behind the scenes, and push her.
Remember to breathe. This space is a multi-purpose space, conducive to the community, entrepreneurs, small businesses. Doubles, come on. Some spaces are overly expensive for just the rent out. So I try to make this reasonable for the community, especially entrepreneurs, upcoming new artists, you know, to utilize it so they can be better and utilize it for their dreams and make it bigger. Quick feet, come on, come on.
A lot of people are out here just jumping right in. I don't have the perfect body, but I'm doing it. You can do it too.
Those are my sisters, so, you know, we doing it. We getting fit.
To open this space on the main line is actually very special to me. That's it and that's all, y'all. To have to be able to do that for the community. So it's very, very important. It means a lot. Y'all made it. Good job.
Up next,
Sled hockey is a adaptive form of hockey that's played with individuals with lower limb impairments. And so we instead of skates, we sit in sleds that consist of a bucket and a frame, and then the skate blades sit underneath the bucket, and the players all strapped in nice and tight, and we have 2 sticks instead of 1. And to propel yourself, you dig the sticks into the ice. They have metal spikes on the end, so you dig them into the ice to push yourself forward, and the opposite end of the stick is what you use to pass and shoot with. And you can use either hand to pass and shoot. You can go underneath the sled. So very dynamic as far as, you know, puck movement and things like that.
We are at the 11th annual USA Hockey Sled Classic presented by the NHL. We have 17 NHL clubs represented this weekend at the Sled Classic. This event is so important because it not only exposes the greater hockey community to the sport of sled hockey in a really cool way with engaging with the NHL and representing the NHL clubs, but it also is a really fun weekend for these athletes to compete against each other, wearing the NHL mark and playing their hardest for that championship banner.
Being a disabled person coming from a country like Pakistan and having an outlet to express your energy, your emotions, your success, it is really fun for me.
But when you come out here, you know, whatever your injury may be, your ailment may be, it's not there anymore. Yeah, you got a little pain, and some guys are faster, some guys are slower, but at the end of the day, we're all the same. We're out here just to play hockey and have a good time.
Sled hockey to me is like a group of different type of people that comes in together, and we all enjoy and we operate as one.
The first chase on the puck was awesome, making them make a decision. The best thing about being a coach for an adaptive sport is I treat them like regular players, and then for our youth program, it helps highlights to the parents that you have kids that are just as competitive and just as physical as any other kid out there. And your kid is always capable of way more than you think they are.
This is such an awesome opportunity, like, for everybody to be just interacting, and everybody's on the same level. There's nobody who is at a disadvantage when you're on the ice in a sled, because you all start from the same place. I wish I found it a lot sooner than 31, so it's such a blessing to be able to be out there and be skating and be able to compete.
I have a good upper body, and I like to play as hard as I can do on the ice with the team. I know it's good to play with the team that I know, since we have new players and other players that play together as one big team.
The more you practice, you know, you keep practicing, and then you can just go ahead and keep going and become a better player. And then who knows, maybe someday I'll be in the Nationals and then Olympics.
Diversity inclusion is a huge focus at USA Hockey, and we want to make the game accessible and inclusive for anyone that wants to play it. No matter disability, race, gender, you name it.
You're watching Pumped.
There is something in Hollywood, they say there's an it factor. That actually is true.
There's no shying away from how old we are. We shout it from the rooftop.
The reaction is always, oh, or ah.
We're all in the same age and stage of life. Come on in.
It starts with a bit of a sad story. I was part of the entertainment team when I was 57 years old for the Brooklyn Cyclones. It was so joyful to be around younger people, and we did our first performance on opening day, and everything was great. And then I went home and found out that I was being cyberbullied.
Sometimes the world can be difficult around ageism and difficulty with people that are older trying to do a young person's thing.
I kept dancing, and at the end of the season, I handed back my costume, and I was sort of licking my wounds one night. My daughter said to me, "Why don't you start your own team?" So I called my very dear friend Heather, who was the captain of the Nix City Dancers, and I said, "Will you help me do this?"
I was a dancer with the Knicks for 6 years, and then I stayed on and choreographed and coached. So when Susan called me and asked me, it was a natural fit. We had worked together in the past, and I was excited about her project.
We wear our ages, our year of birth, on our jerseys.
I'm 60. I feel very alive being a pacemaker. It gives me a reason to get up and feel joy and motivated.
We're just like a really great group of people who just want to bring joy to the world.
The pandemic just had us locked away from being able to see our friends and family for 2 years.
Starting in March 2020, we went right on Zoom. Every single month, continued to have rehearsals and actually learning new dances.
There are some unique challenges working with a senior team. They have some physical limitations, but you work around that because they have a lot of spirit.
As happy as we feel inside, to spread that to everybody else is really our main goal.
We perform at community events. We just got asked to perform at a library. We were asked to perform at minor league teams around the country, so we're hoping to travel this year.
Very proud of us, and I'm proud of anyone who wants to feel the same way about what it's like to get older and still have so much fun.
Play ball!
Up next.
We want to create an environment where we're more accepting of who you are rather than feeling like you have to come in and be this person you're not.
And later.
When I'm on there, I think of her and I'm like running with her and I can hear her telling me, keep going, keep going.
You're watching Pumped.
Inhale, take your arms up.
I would say Bali Curves is like a dance and fitness studio. We offer 5 classes. 2 of our classes are kids. It's Bollywood and classical, and we have 3 classes that are for adults. Our mission for Bali Curves is definitely empowering one another and encouraging each other. We want to create an environment where we're more accepting of who you are rather than feeling like you have to come in and be this person you're not. So I feel like our mission is to allow you to just feel comfortable and accepted regardless of who you are and what your background is.
Lift your hips up.
We serve our community. My mom has a background in medicine. She's a nurse practitioner, and so she kind of gets to use that as her background and help them out with their issues. Usually after the first class, they're just like very impressed that their needs are taken care of, and because we're a small class, my mom really gets to put focus on them.
Push your chest forward. I make sure in each class they feel that wherever they're supposed to feel, I do modification. So I keep the classes small so we can focus on each person individually.
I think if it wasn't for my mom supporting us, we would not have been here.
When I came to America, I just normal, everybody's plans when they move in here was to pursue their education.
When we came to America, it was essentially we moved to a new place, go to a new place for work, you go to a new place for school. I think we were just real culturally confused. It was just like we have this other culture that we're trying to just get used to and understand. So I think we felt like outsiders for a while, but after a while we figured out, you know, we like everything. We pick what we like to watch, we pick what kind of food we like to eat. So we've essentially become Americanized.
So as they grow, I will see what interests they had. It's not like the same tradition what everybody does, like doctors, nurses, or pharmacists. That's what most of the Indian families they do, or engineers. So I said, do anything. Do what you love to do, work your passion. So then that way you will love it.
Watching my mom just come to another country and just realizing like her children, you know, don't really want to pursue too much of an education, but want to pursue their passionate dreams. Like having her support us is one of the biggest reasons, like, you know, why we're still here.
Right, so when my sister wanted to stick to the idea of starting a dance studio, my mom was incredibly supportive of her, and she said, follow your dreams. It's fine if we fail, but at least you got a chance to do it.
I'm being a nurse practitioner, and I've been practicing yoga all my life. Even though there are so many yoga places here, I said we want to stand out as a different place. Try to reach the sky and give our honest opinion about that. And we don't give unrealistic expectations.
We started Bali Curves about 3 months before COVID hit, and when COVID hit, like we were in shock because we still had to pay rent, even though, like, you know, we weren't allowed to use this place. But our community was very, very supporting during this time, and I'm shocked to see it still open. But it's only because of, like, you know, our community.
We pivoted to teaching online. So what we had as group classes before, we decided to go even further, and we said we'll just do one-on-one private sessions. We essentially just rely on word of mouth. People enjoy coming here, and they tell their family and friends about it, and that's how we get new customers. Our favorite part is just seeing them progress, and they invite their family and friends, and then they get to progress as well.
Our favorite part about Bali Curves is just watching our children grow and just become confident. This is kind of an area where we bridge the gap between like Indian and American culture. So it really allows our kids to just feel both aspects and allows them to feel comfortable to be who they are. What really matters for us is to actually just leave an impact. We want to allow people to feel more confident and just to love themselves a little bit more when they walk in.
You're watching Pumped.
My goal is for every guy here to have the opportunity to build a mindset of excellence.
There you go, good.
Leaving here, I want them to go to college. I want them to get their degrees. I want them to live outside the box.
Go!
Our goal is to bridge the gap and level the playing field so that all kids have equal opportunity for success.
SRV is just a good program for us young men with the same kind of goals and with the same kind of aspirations. They better me all the time, just even with the little sprints that we do.
Come on, come on. Get out of there, get out of there.
I was able to get opportunity to play at Illinois State as a walk-on, eventually earning a scholarship and being able to have an opportunity with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And a lot of these kids want the same opportunity. They want to make it pro. They want to be, you know, a part of an elite group that gives them that same mindset that it takes to take it to the next level. I'm a young president, so it gives me an advantage to understand what they're going through.
Make sure they're holding each other accountable and make sure they're picking their brothers up.
James is an outgoing person, a fun guy. He's a great guy to be around. He's a leader.
He's still kind of on the level as far as being able to tap into the kid part of us. It's just nice to have like a role model that's somewhat like us.
I'm a reflection of them. I'm from the same community. It gives me an advantage to be relatable and actually understand what they're going through.
He do give a lot of father-like conversations with me. He'll let me know, like, it's rough in the streets, but like, you got something that you're doing that's productive and make you want to work and want to strive to be great.
Good, nice job.
We meet up every Sunday. We come in, we work speed, agility, some strength training, and we also get mentorship and focus on nutrition as well. Because as a high-profile athlete, it's important what you put in your body. And a lot of these guys live in food deserts, so it's easy for them to go home and eat the wrong foods. So we want to make sure that they're knowledgeable about what they're putting in their body so that they can take their game to the next level.
He helps me keep my body better. He just tells me, like, it's not always about sports. My mindset changed a lot, my physique, my speed. Mentally helps me a lot. He helps me stay off the street as well.
They can look at me and know that they can depend on me to be here, to show up, and to give them my best.
Later,
It's almost like a student coming in and saying, okay, I'm about to attend an Indian wedding. Here's my choreography that I gotta learn. And then 45 minutes later, they actually perform it to a song.
you're watching Pumped.
Welcome to Masala Bhangra. So excited. 5, 6, 7.
I've been doing Masala Bhangra since 2014. I was taking other dance classes and heard this amazing music coming from one of the studios, and I just peeked in and I saw Serena. I was like, whatever she's doing, I want a part of it.
When I first started Masala Bhangra, I knew I was just going to do this for a year. I thought, let me just get this out. But the response after I first started was so incredible. It's the old school aerobics meets India with the Bhangra mostly and a little bit of Bollywood. Bale, bale! Give me 4! My father always said, be proud to be Indian, never be embarrassed to be whoever you are, but embrace what the US has to offer. He passed away to a massive cardiac arrest at the age of 47. So to honor him and his existence and to everything he told me to be proud of, I wanted to bring something for my community to stay in shape. So that's how Masala Bhangra was born.
There's so much excitement and joy in the moves, in the music, and the passion of Serena turns you on when you get in there.
Feel free to make noise, I don't mind, guys, come on.
I did a performance with her, then I became an instructor, and then a few years ago I became a master trainer. We use some of the cultural elements that are part of the program. We say namaste, we bless the ground and give thanks that we're able to dance in this space. It's a beautiful way to express how you feel.
Let's pay homage to this space. Hands over your eyes, over your head, move your head side to side. Say something amazing to yourself. Take it up.
What's great about Masala Bhangra is anyone can do it, no matter how in shape you are. You do forget that you are exercising while doing it. You're just carried away by the music and the beat and the energy of the people around you. And I love it because you sort of build an entire routine over the course of an hour.
It's almost like a student coming in and saying, okay, I'm about to attend an Indian wedding. Here's my choreography that I gotta learn. And then 45 minutes later, they actually perform it to a song. Hi, hi!
Serena Jane, she just inspires everybody to just always be happy and just do the best you can.
I don't ever want anyone to feel that they cannot do this. So 99% of the students that have walked in have always walked out saying, yes, I did it.
Every time I dance, I just feel so much joy, and it's brought me so much happiness.
I've been teaching Masala Bhangra at all of the gyms, and I would travel around the world as a speaker, and I would get everybody up and moving. And ever since the pandemic hit, it took me a while to convert to virtual, but I did, and thank God I did, because people from around the world actually come in and teach classes. And here we are 20 years later, I still can't believe that I'm doing Masala Bhangra. I love it so much, and I love the fact that it has helped so many people around the world.
I had a freak reaction to the flu. For a few months, I had a really hard time walking, balancing, and my physical therapist told me that I should set goals for myself that involved movement. And one of the first ones on my list was always coming back to Masala Bhangra. Just hearing everyone around me and the clapping and the jumping and all the smiling was pretty helpful and much more fun than physical therapy.
Lean back, fall back, go back. 5, 6. Every time I think, God, I can't do this anymore, I just have to quit. People share their story with me. I love them, and they have given me a reason to keep going. If you can find something that you love, please keep doing it because it will help you live longer.
Coming up.
I've had to learn how to stretch and how to do things and how to breathe and how to just keep going and get the momentum in me.
You're watching Pumped.
I miss the most about my daughter is her calling me and saying, hello, do you remember me? If I could get that call again for her to tell me, because you know, you get busy with life, and she used to tell me, I'm your daughter, remember me? I remember you. I wish I could call you. I wish I could talk to you. You know, she would always do that. Hello, mother. Jennica was a happy-go-lucky, fit, loving, funny person. Jennica was my firstborn. She was very outgoing. She loved her friends. She loved her family. She loved her children very much. She was a good mom. She was an inspiration. 5 years ago, we lost her in January. Coming up to 5 years, it makes me sad It makes me, I miss her. I miss her a lot. To honor my daughter, Jennica, I'm going to run the Chevron Half Marathon this year. Oh, she loved to run. She was actually set to run the marathon herself. She was training already to do it. She hadn't run a marathon yet, but she was running like 5Ks, 10Ks. She did a quarter marathon with her friend. She ran over the Kima Bridge. She did that run. The reason I'm doing it is because it kind of brings me closer to her. When I'm on there, I think of her and I'm like running with her and I can hear her telling me, keep going, keep going. And I'm looking forward to doing that on race dates. That'll be my motivation to keep going. I'm doing what she wasn't able to do. So I'm doing this for her. I can't do the full marathon, but I'm gonna do the half in honor of her. And I know she would be proud. It's her 5-year, and I said I would do it. I needed to do something big to honor her, and this is the only thing that I thought that I could do because she was a runner. She loved to run, and training's hard. Training's been rough. It really has been. I've been sore, but I keep going. I've had to learn how to stretch and how to do things and how to breathe and how to just keep going and get the momentum in me. Every step of the way, I'm thinking about her and her telling me, keep going, keep going. You can do this, you got this, Mom, you can do this. And so I do. I can hear her telling me, keep going. One more, you can do one more. Because, I start thinking about, hey, you can do another one? Yeah, you can do another one. And I can hear her telling me, you can do another one. So I do it. I know that what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, she would be very proud of me and very happy for me. I can feel her with me when I'm running, and that's what keeps me going. It's my way of being with her. Even if I can't be with her physically, mentally, and emotionally, she's in my heart with me when I'm running. And I know on that day she'll be there too, and she'll be at the finish line cheering with everybody else.
Have a favorite spot to get pumped? Tell us on social media.